Hey guys, hi Darkness, hi to Cool. Thank you for the 30 stream streak to Cool. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'm just setting up a little bit. I'll begin very shortly. Just give me a second. Hey King, I'm here. What's your favorite day? My favorite day of the week or my favorite holiday? My favorite day of the week is probably going to have to be Saturday. I mean, for obvious reasons. My favorite holiday? I don't know. I just like Christmas. Christmas Eve, particularly, I think. Which was very recently, actually. All things considered. Ooh, nice. You're building Styanax? Heck yeah, King. I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome. That's great to hear. Hell yeah, dude. My Twitter's been okay. I don't think anything's been going wrong with my Twitter. Alrighty, let's just get right onto our dailies. How about, huh? Alright, just a minute.
You are now watching MrNeutral.
Hello. Happy Sunday, my dudes. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you all. Thank you for being here. We're going to be beginning Great Ace Attorney soon. We have a big trial to go. We are halfway through this whole chapter, so I don't know if we'll be doing the trial in one sitting. When we reach the halfway point, I'll kind of figure out if we want to go the whole chapter or split into two. But otherwise, let's start with some dailies before we get to that, huh? Just a moment. Hey Mooney, good to have you. Thanks for coming by. Alrighty, let's do our dailies. Hey, nearly forgot to check stream last night. Nearly lost my streak, but it's been maintained. Sounds good to you know. Thank you so much for being here so consistently. I really appreciate you guys. I so many people who watch the stream who like have huge streaks, and that means oh, oh my god, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's start with the daily. How about, huh? Okay, let's do connections. Today we got halter, drain, bit, drop, crop, pack, tank, crew, basin, crater, stopper, band, crash, saddle, team, and faucet. Faucet, basin, tank, and drain. These are all parts of a sink. Stopper. Stopper. Parts of a sink. Woohoo! Alright. Let's see. Crop top, tank top, crew top, and drop top? Crop top, tank top, halter top, bit top, band top, crash top, saddle top, team top. Halter top sounds really familiar. A tank goes on the toilet, you goof. My bad. That's my bad. No. Saddle top. One away. Damn it, that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, we'll get back to that one. Crew neck top? Just types of tops? Crop top, tank top, crew top, and what was it? I think so. Drop top. On drop top? Still drop top? I'll trust you guys on this. Okay, my bad. Still, well, it can't be Xeno because it didn't give us the one away thing, and when I changed it, it did say one away, so it's either it's not one of these. Yeah, crew neck top, just types of tops. Yeah, I'll get back to that. I know it's crop and then tank, and then halter and saddle. It was either halter or saddle for that one. Okay. Crew, band, team, and pack. It's a type of group. And then, let's see. Saddle, crater, bit, tank, crash. Oh. To crash, tank, drop, and crater. Oh. Crash, tank, drop, to like begin performing poorly. This crashed, this cratered, this tanked, and this dropped. Right? To plunge. There we go. Okay. Halter, saddle, bit, and crop. Okay, yeah. Okay. Cool. Phew, equestrian gear. Yep. Nice. Very nice. Alrighty. Oh, this is freaking duck. Shoot. It's. Oh, man. Duckov? Yeah, Duckov, thank you. Awesome. Alright. This looks like agony. Let's try agony. No. Is this chained together? Yeah, it's chained together. Lady with a gun. This is a character I don't care about. It's Valorant. Okay, tanks, teams, turrets, and power-ups. Um, Advanced Tactics. I mean, Advanced Wars. Kill feed, airstrike, large maps, voice chat. Is this War Thunder? Rank system, split roles, arcade style, base capture. Is this World of Tanks? Fighter jets, aerial combat, vehicle combat, and modern military. Other day was Xenoblade character, so I got it instantaneously. Amazing. Hell yeah. I'm happy me playing this makes you guys, like, interested in playing it too. Ragdoll Physics, Team Deathmatch, dedicated servers, platform exclusive. Ravenfield? Raven's Watch? Capture the flag, no campaign mode, bundled with peripherals? King of the Hill. Okay, I'm lost. Warhawk! I actually covered my mouth. I actually covered my mouth. Oh my god. It's a very niche game, Xeno, but it's really good. It's a really fun game. Hold on. It's really good. I'm like, it's one of those games where it's like, it was really ahead of its time, but I think the fact that it was online only was like a buffer for it being popular. It was super good. I would want to go to my uncle's house just so I could play this. Hold on. It was super fun. Let me try to find, like, a trailer for it. This game was super fun. This game ruled, dude. Oh man, this game is super, so essentially it's a two-team, large map kind of battle game, and you know there's two different teams, and it was a ground and air combat style game, and each side had a lot of different vehicles and stuff, and it was just really good in that everything felt very intuitive and good. All the aircraft had like VTOL modes and then actual flight modes that they switched between, so they could act as either a helicopter or actually like a jet. And I just everything felt really good. The game just felt really good. Like it's one of like the best feeling. It just felt really good. It's hard to explain. PS3, so City Emo is not out of the question for revival. Yeah, dude, it was solid. It looked cool. It was super cool, dude. It's like it doesn't look like much, but man, it played so well. And the sound design was really nice too. The sound design was great. Oh hey, hey, Warhawk revived. I guess that's already happening. Cool. This is cool that this exists. No, this is just what yeah. Cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was really fun. Ollie my boot, they already did it. Yep. It was really fun. I did not expect Warhawk to be here. I feel a bit out of the loop. Yeah, no, not a lot of people played this. Not a lot of people played this. It was really good. It was a really good cult game, but yeah, it definitely went over a lot of people's went under a lot of people's radar. Let's see. But yeah. No, not PSP. It's the PS3 game. PS3. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to guess the game. Let's go back to guessing Armored Core. 6. Stop being mentally ill, reminder. I am. I'm done. I'm done. I promise. I promise. Okay, it is third person and something else. Let's try Star Wars Battlefront. Older than 2023. Older than 2017. It is first and third person, though. Skyrim. No, wait. It is a shooter. Fallout. First third person VR. Older than 2015. Freaking... Metal Gear. Okay, we're getting close. First and third person. Halo 1. Okay, so it's 2002 to 2003. But it is single player, multiplayer, co-op, and split screen. It's on PC. It's a shooter and something else. Let's do a guess. Oh. It is an indie shooter game? An indie shooter from 2002 or 3? What? There was not a huge indie scene back then. What? Portal? No, I don't think Valve would be like considered indie. Indie game. Indie game. Let's try... Shoot, dude. I'm trying to go blank. Indie games from back then. Early 2000s indie games. A third and first person shooter. Condemned? No, Condemned is only first person. I don't think Fear is an indie game. No. Oni. Oni's Bungie, and I already guessed Bungie. Yeah, screw it. Let me just put in like I'm honestly completely lost. Oh shit! Wait. Rockstar, Gathering of Developers, Take-Two, MediaQuest, Buka, Bungie West were missed. That's a lot. A lot of people were involved in Oni, I guess. First and third person is getting me for a multiplayer game. That is true. That is rare. Let's look at Bungie West. I guess maybe Bungie West would be considered an indie studio? Bungie West. Bungie West. I think they only made Oni. I think that's the only thing that they made. Yeah, they only made Oni, so it's probably not Bungie West. What about Mistland? Mistland games. Okay, that's impossible to look up. Fair enough. Rockstar. I mean, maybe Grand Theft Auto? But I don't think they would be considered an indie game. But let's just try like Grand Theft Auto like 2. Yeah, no, okay. Take 2, Media Quest, Buka Entertainment. Let's try Buka Entertainment. Buka Entertainment. Boogeyman, Panasonic, Rage of Mages, Avengers, Heroes of Might and Magic. Huh. Heroes of Might and Magic? No. Time Splitters? I'll try Time Splitters. The last guess would be Time Splitters. Serious Sam! Serious Sam! Serious Sam. Time Splitters. G10 was the GT was third person. Game Boy Color. Ghost Babel was the weirdest choice there. Time Splitters makes sense. You need to be the second one. Yeah. The ugly one. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, this is just a long play. Freaking Serious Sam. This really is an ugly game. Like, not even ugly as in it aged poorly, it's just ugly, like, even for the time. This is not a nice looking game. But he was taking forever, yeah, right? Those guys don't have heads. Okay, it's very funny. That's very funny. Alrighty. Oh, alright guys. Well, that's our dailies. Let's just get right to it. How about? So, I'll do this. Ah. Woohoo. Alright, let me move this over. Okay. Close music. Okay. Yep. I think I'll be going halfway through today's court case. So Mooney, let me know whenever I get to that point. The graphics are bad, but the engine itself was revolutionary. I guess that does make sense. Also, hi Ballasar. Good to have you. The 90s had an identity crisis that lasts the next 2 decades? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, see you, biometric data. Thanks for coming by. Take it easy. Alrighty, let's see here. So, game capture. Okay, here we go. And I believe this doesn't support widescreen, so let me turn the filter on. And there we go. Okay. The last boomer shooter you played that wasn't Ultra Kill? Recently I played a little bit of Doom for fun. Like, just Doom 1. Like, very little bit though, not that much. Yeah. OG, yeah, OG Doom. I downloaded GZ Doom, and I tried some mods for fun, and H Doom, of course, because I was reminded H Doom existed. But before that, I did play like OG Doom for a little bit. It's always a fun game to just play a little bit. Yeah, OG. Do not turn off the PC whilst the icon appears. These nerds said whilst. It takes place in England. They had to get into character. Alrighty. Let's see. Pretty good, cool developer. H Doom guy is very cool. Yeah, I agree. Alrighty. Let's do this.
Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses will now retake the stand.
Let's do this, guys.
I presume you've heard the Defense Council's summation examination.
Oh, yeah, Governor. I did, Gov. I did. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Go, blimey.
This is going to be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks. Well, it was a bedlam soon as, weren't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes at me Lucy Lockets.
However, that was a lie. You brothers.
God blimey.
On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter.
We never done nothing of the sort. How'd you figure that out? We will now go formal testimonies once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question. And this time, you will tell the truth. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say nothing more, Gov! We hear ya!
We'll blab, we'll speak, we'll peach.
Witness!
Testimony. Illegal entry, the whole truth.
Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we're rifling for nothing. But we weren't rifling for nothing.
It was when we heard the gunshot, see? Might as well jump and all this stuff, we went flying.
Mummy, it didn't give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter'd come out door and get us next.
We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered straight into him in the back. Straight into him in the black.
We couldn't have shot pawnbroker, see? Jesus. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we?
She will admit to your defense, to the defense's accusations. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windibake's countertop on the night in question.
Not ransack, Governor, no.
That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like tidied up, yeah. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all.
We don't, Nash. We don't. Can you make us sound a bit more cutthroat?
It can't just be coincidence these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye, I'm sure of it.
Cross-examination.
Illegal entry, the whole truth. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we're rifling for nothing. But we weren't rifling for nothing. I keep on milk. Ugh.
Hold it!
Hold it.
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place? Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we? We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good. Well said, Rinko, me old China. We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble. And in fact now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble. Oh, well, that's rotten luck. Says the rotten apple eater. Witnesses. Explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter? We never ransacked nothing. Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up. Oh, sorry. He really isn't having any of it. It was when we heard the gunshot, see? Made his boat jump. And all the stuff went fine. I forgot to press that one. Hold on.
How's the handsome lawyer in town doing today? Aww, Bao, you're so sweet. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Bao? It's good to see you.
Hold it!
Hold it. So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter. Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on. Look, it was loud, right? Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up at the bang. Big Brothers screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books and candlesticks and some skull whatnot. That got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor. You've really mastered working quietly then. What a racket! Me granny would have been scared back into her grave at a clatter like that. So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise. And then some! I mean, it was quiet as a mouse and then, all of a sudden, blam!
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Inspector Gregson, did you have something to add?
Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No, something to add about their testimony. You seem to react now, just now, at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
Very, very true. How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now.
Did it?
You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have, Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony there, huh, fellows? If discovered the witness testimony had been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy, easy!
We'll get it right this time.
That's it, yep! It's all coming back to me now!
Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Right you are, Gov. Just before the gunshots, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!" Give me that gun, huh? Hold it. So, in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously.
We did, Gov, we did.
Although, I suppose, if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavered voice before the yell and all.
If you don't want to get shot.
Give me that gun! Bam.
Kinda that thing. A career in acting tragically missed. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell? Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the counter it was. From the storeroom where the victim was found dead. And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Windibank. On the granny's life, of course it was. On his granny's life, of course it was. So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windibank and the sound of his voice. Eh? So that would mean what? What, Nash? What? Any ideas? Yes, cultural indeed it would. No! We didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to deny that? Deny when the bloke and all the fancy clobbers giving us the evil eye? If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true. On my granny's life it is. On his granny's life it must be. It's a good job his granny's dead. To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor. You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we tied it up like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it... Okay, I have... How could he say, give me the gun if he was shot in the back? He had to have been shot in surprise. There's no way he could have said, give me the gun and then be shot in the back. That makes no sense to me. I'm gonna try this one real quick.
Objection!
Objection! Okay, fair. Okay. Okay. Maybe I thought a little too far ahead on that one. Okay. Okay, I'll continue pressing then. The bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so he would have just fired instead of yelling at the girl.
Hold it!
Hold it. King, don't. You're saying that Mr. Windibank had a gun in his hands. Oh yeah. Bet that was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other. Must have gotten pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like he meant it, mind. More of an empty threat, if you could say. Mr. Windibank was known to keep a revolver in his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. His own head. That someone being himself, of course. Good grief, extraordinary devotion indeed, if I'm alarmingly misguided. Thank you, Judge. Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger that night. Only the person who was going to shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper. But he wished he'd squeeze the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, give me the gun. And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot. It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Gotcha. Kind of thing. Yes. A career in acting very tragically missed. There we go. It's funny every single time. I feel like they're getting worse at it. I feel like they're getting way worse at it. Oh my god. I feel like the misses are getting way more drastic now. Everything went dead quiet. After that, we done a splash dash job tying up the place. These freaking idiots. Mounted, tampered, in black. a chance did we? Okay. Holding a gun so he would have fired instead of yelling at the girl. Okay, okay. Whoa, wait, whoops. I pressed that by accident. Let's skip this real quick. Okay, I think this one... I think here we can use the photo, because he clearly doesn't have a gun. Sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah. Now we can present. Clearly was not holding a gun.
Objection!
Objection! There we go. So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Winterbank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture. Yes, Nash, yes, no question. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Winterbank was not holding a firearm of any description. You what? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right!
Objection!
Objection! There could be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Winterbank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand. God, he's so tiny. Yeah, that Motul used the victim's own gun to fish him off! Give me that gun! Ah! Kind of thing.
Hold it!
Hold it. Stay exactly where you are, right there. Huh? If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Goodness, are you sure, counsel? You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where's the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency with the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments? Well, it would just be the photograph again. Because we don't have an autopsy. Oh wait, we do have an autopsy. Single from the back. There we go, okay.
Take that!
Take that! According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot. Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. Ah. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Yeah! Gah! But, it's God's honest truth! It is, Nash, it is. When he was shot that night, the shopkeeper had a gun in his hand, and we saw it with our own bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Winterbank holding a gun. Something like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question, they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Nash, Ah! Fucking idiots. Order! 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 Witnesses, explain yourselves at once. Well, the thing is, it wasn't supposed to, It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies?
I'm so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we,
Cut it out, Nash, cut it out! If we blab now, you know what it'll do to us.
He? Who are they talking about?
Let me make your positions here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you.
Bro, come on. The game's up.
But I'll have guts regardless.
In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. Demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place.
Well...
Do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth.
Bunch of dummies, I love them.
Counter with the victim. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and Eve a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
Give me the gun, he bellowed, and they flew at us like we was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
No geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
I pulled my gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah. Sorry?
Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably.
But honest, Governor, this time...
This time, Nash, this time we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Cross-examination. Encounter with the victim.
Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
Why would you be relieved when he showed up?
Hold it!
Hold it? When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank.
Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right.
He was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. But we've never had thought no one was gonna come out the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbrokery's room.
Yeah, that must be where it popped up from.
Only place it could have been.
So it seemed the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises.
Which means Giddy must have been in there at that point as well. But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused at the time?
What? That mole tooler? Couldn't tell ya.
No way, Copper. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it.
Give me that gun,
He bellowed, and he flew at us like we was possessed. Like he was possessed. We thought he had it.
Hold it!
Hold it. You mentioned that Mr. Windibank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Well, yeah. Was the victim, Mr. Windibank, wielding a gun at the time?
Was he ever? Blimey lummy. A great ugly barrel ad, pointed straight at me frontispiece.
So what you're saying is,
You definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at the time, is that right? It is, Gov, it is. Spot on. Then all of a sudden, came at us he did. It was bedlam. I didn't know who was gonna go in for who. We were clearly all going for each other. Like Nash said, we thought we had it. I mean... For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He shook me over the counter.
Hold it!
Hold it. Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too. Well, yeah, of course we did. He knocked over a load of books, and a candlestick and some skull whatnot. I got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked them scales in the floor? So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter. Well, Big Bruv here went flying over the counter like a gunshot, I can tell you, when the old geezer pinned him. He did, Nash, he did. If I hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds. At the time in question, all alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There's a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Windibank. He did everything he could to protect his shop. I pulled my gun on him, and then he legged it through that door in the back room. Into the back room. Were you intending to shoot Mr. Windibank? No, never! I was just, you know... Looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? It was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then the man fled into the storeroom when you when you pointed your gun at him, is that it? Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, then ran off through that door and shut himself in. There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. Was... Was... Okay, this is too simple, but what if he was running, got shot in the... No, never mind, because it's still his own revolver. I wonder why Mr. Windibank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Guinea was in there waiting for him, with the gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windibank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windibank's hands again? I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it? This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and Bruv here. That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and me Bruv here. Okay. And you were killing him, that's all what happened, I swear.
Hold it!
Alright, hold it. You say you had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all! Nothing, Gov. Nothing. Old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was, from the inside. We know it was, because we tried to open it. But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong. Wouldn't budge a bit an inch. So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. Indeed appears so. What say you to that, counsel? I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Windibank?
What do you mean, excuse me, Tickle? What's up? It could have been. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Huh? What? What's that look for?
From the moment you admitted that you had encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely.
It did? What is your point, my learned friend?
The question we must answer is, who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And that is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. Yeah, he could have been shot on his way in, right? Well, no.
You have my attention.
In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts, so pray what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? Predict if you would say hold it or excuse me when your last bit of... Oh, okay, gotcha.
Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect to 2 conundrums.
2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe?
Indeed. Namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Understood, my lord. Are you alright, Runo? I'm not entirely sure, but here's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Eugenia's prospects hugely.
So now, time for some clarity. Show the court of this plan the answer to the questions posed by his lordship.
If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person would have fired the gun. Behind the counter. Ringo was pulled behind the counter. He could have had the gun.
Take that!
Take that. The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here.
And in answer to the second question,
assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? It was when he's going through the doorway.
Take that!
Take that. The defense believes that the victim would have been in this position. Objection!
What your answers in fact show is that your own position is absurd as those you have indicated on the plan.
What are you saying?
What Lord Vegeta is saying, Counsel, is that your answers are clearly flawed.
Ah! I knew it. It's twice as many chances to be wrong. So the questions are, from where did the culprit shoot the victim, and where was the victim at the time? Well, I don't see why we can't show them someone other than Guinea could have shot in the storeroom. Oh, wait. I don't see why we can't show that someone other than Guinea could have done it in the storeroom, do you? Yes, that's the right way of looking at it, I suppose. Someone other than Gina in the storeroom. What's the best move here? Should I try again or gather more information first? Let's leave it for now. Well... No, they could have... No, actually, yeah, we could give it a try, right? We could give it a try. They could have also just both been in the storeroom, according to what she said. That definitely makes sense. Because what I was thinking was he ran for the storeroom, got shot in the back by the brothers, and then Gina, who was in the storm, closed and locked the door out of fear. That was like what I was thinking of. But let's give it a try. The defense would like to point out the locations again.
Well, you appear to be a glutton for punishment.
Kinky, Jesus.
So now, time for some clarity.
Okay. Alright, let's try... Let's try, what Iris said. So, they could have been in the storeroom.
Take
Excuse me. Here we go. The culprit could have shot the victim from this location here.
Take that!
Here.
Objection!
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Place this. Oh, wait. You have to at least choose a place that's outside the storeroom, don't you? Oh, was it just because I put him in the door frame and not in the storeroom? Are you kidding me? Okay, okay. Oh. I mean, if you're saying that someone shot Mr. Winnerbig from inside the storeroom, they'll just say it was Guinea. Oh. Oh, damn it. Was it tracked as being outside? That's... Oh, god darn it. Okay, yeah. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Take that!
Here. And then Mr. Winterbank could have been in the storeroom. Take that. You've got to be kidding me. It's because I put him in the door frame. Oh my god. I just wasted 2 lives. Okay, it's fine. The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Continue. Mr. Winterbank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of the blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you're adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony. I pulled my gun on him. Then he legged it through that door in the back room. If Mr. Winterbank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time. Oh! It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Gah! Gah! Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter than height than himself. Poor man. Shot while he was running as fast as he could for safety. Of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body at an upward trajectory. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Winterbank.
Objection!
Objection! I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the storeroom. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock? But... what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Oh, wait, what if Gina accidentally shot... Oh my god. What if Gina accidentally shot her lock? What if she shot outside the room towards the 2 guys out of fear from inside the storeroom and accidentally hit her lock? Okay. Is that so? Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court.
In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shut and locked the door to the storeroom from the inside? Gina Lestrade.
Take that!
Take that.
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
Objection! That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accuser deliberately engineered the sealed room. For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. Well, she wouldn't be thinking about that. She would just be thinking of trying to protect herself. I'm inclined to agree, must say. Well, counsel,
Is that why? Oh, okay, hold on, let me get a drink. Okay. Is that why when we found her, excuse me, she thought that no one would believe her? Because she made, like, okay, we can either imagine that Mr. Windibank gave her trust, and he died. And if he gave her trust and then died, that means that freaking, that the one time an adult trusted her with something, he was immediately killed by another adult. The other possibility is that he didn't trust her. And if he didn't trust her, that means that she would also lose faith in that trust. So imagine waking up and then having somebody just have been killed in front of you after trying to prove someone's truthfulness. That must have been horribly insane to her. That would have been absolutely absurd to her. So either way, she would have maybe been on the absolute edge of her wits, you know? Yeah, exactly. It would make sense as to why no one believes, or why she thinks no one would believe her. Because either someone believed her and they got killed, or they didn't believe her and that ruined her trust. Either way, I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it?
Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
But of course Skinny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? It does? Well, if I was Skinny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh, yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at the time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into a shop and left the store. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I just had lunch earlier. Sorry. It was a mashed pie and mashed potatoes. It was British food is very dense. Anyways, Mr. Windibank had just heard the intruders breaking into a storeroom and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape to danger. Bang. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? I see where we're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
Hold it. But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't, Gov, we ain't. You gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one. Objection. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. What does that leave us?
You mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all?
should have known it was those three brothers. They look shady as Dutch Wars. The three brothers. That was amazing, Runa. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. On our side now. I know. First time ever. And probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely, they'll have to give us the verdict of not... What? What? Huh? What? 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 An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? He's laughing? You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zieks? I find the defense's arguments most persuasive. It's the fact there's only missing one bullet missing, isn't there? I dare say. Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in our provincial eastern nation. In your provincial eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here. What? The hypothesis you put forward to ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. Huh? A fatal flaw? Do you mean to tell me that...
Oh, thank you so much for following me, Jaden O. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining on. I really am happy to have a new friend. Thank you. What's up?
Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing? I say, Lord Van Zieks. Might be an idea to explain this ballet conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground, The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count the bullets. The bullets. By George, count bullets? Oh dear. He noticed then. Huh? What's everyone talking about?
No problem. I'm doing good. Awesome. Well, it's good to have you aboard.
Counsel. Yes, sir! Such a bottom. Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
Two bullets.
Correct. The first, that of which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene. Indeed, the defense presents a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know that there are two firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun. Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each. Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. I think you'll find that if a single bullet was fired from the brother's gun and hit by Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Sholmes, it means... Windibank not shot by same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop. Exactly. Yes, this Nipponi street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Order! 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 Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery. Lord Van Zieks. But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can regrettably no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbroker in the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond a doubt in this print which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. The disc. I'll be taking the whatever it is of the Gilded down to the yard. Thank you very much. Oh, don't give it to him. That's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken as evidence now. Yes. That music box disc. McGilded's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windybank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Good gracious! Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril. I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel. As a grim testament to the defense. Hold it! Lord Van Zix, what? Inspector Gregson? What? Yes, Inspector. We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence. What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zix at all. I am unaware of any such meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I am the prosecutor and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. Indeed, bailiff. The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. There is nothing more to add. Pulls in the slide, bro. The fucking files on the disc. You would not be remiss to say that. You would definitely not be remiss. I definitely think McGilded was up to some insane shit. Hugely blunted. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once, for all of 5 minutes. Oh dear. It wasn't even for 5 minutes, Bruno. My lord! Wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of fog up to now, if the truth be told, but all of a sudden. The answer barely obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no! Very well, the court will hear for the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
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 Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Damn it. We have a consensus amongst the jury, it seems. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Oh, how dare he use it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. That's beyond any doubt. You heard of McGilded Park? Now get ready for McGilded Island. Fucking Mooney.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, you and the other jurors ready.
Gyrodeb Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir. I love fucking Gyrodeb so much.
Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty. Sorry.
Right, here we go. The jurors' contentions.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed of us, law-abiding citizens.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. That's flexible. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was a pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
The accuser attempted a thief on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistic expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Okay.
It seems there's a little rating room for doubt. I have to admit I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in the black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I jolly well have been hoodwinked. Well, no more.
The whole courtroom is turning against me. It's not fair, Iris. That prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done some things she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer.
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter.
Here's to the truth coming out, eventually. Get owned, starving child.
That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the submission examination.
Yes, my lord. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. Hold it. Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying? Well... Are you all members of the British Army so quick to judge?
I beg your pardon?
Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces? The greatest military organization in the world? No. I'm simply illustrating my point. Huh. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or a pickpocket is wrong and dangerous. Wow. Damn, Ryunosuke. That was succinct as shit. That was super succinct. Oh my god. Way to put the point across.
Well, yes. I have a point there, I suppose.
But let's not forget the girl had already shown that she had it in her from before. She's clearly a criminal sort through and through. Can't deny it. When you say that she'd shown she had it in her, are you referring to this?
Exactly.
Tried to swipe that only a day earlier, or am I mistaken? Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that. I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't believe I can't wait to have a closer look at it. Oh yes, of course. Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he? And then ordered every type of music box he could find from across Europe. We still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? But I'd love to see how the original compares to Hurley's copy. Gilded's disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we should examine it in more detail. Let's do exactly that. Oh, Runa, look! This is blood! Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before. Then it's my time to shine again. Though, I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Runa. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? In a flash. Green. What? Oh, a lovely bright shade again. What? Wait. That color. What is it? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Because I thought that was Herlock's color. Huh. Huh. McGilded. For McGilded. That's the man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Runa? Yes. Or rather, mistakenly defended. I wonder what his name is doing on the back of this disc. That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself. We, as of right now, don't know who green blood means, but I swear that it's Herlock. Here, let's take a look at this. Right? Because it's the second bullet. So, but, It has to be Herlock. Because this is Mason. And then Mr. Windibank is blue. It has to be Herlock. Okay. Interesting. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. Also, I should save. I'm treading on thin ice right now. Okay. Hold it. It's the number of bullets. It's the number of bullets that has you convinced. Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings. Well, that's logical, I suppose. Although... Yes? Sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china. Does your employer dine with thieves? So I suppose. If there's another bullet somewhere in which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. A 3rd bullet somewhere in the scene. Could that be possible? Is the calendar bullet the one that's unaccounted for? Let's try it. Allow me to show you then the 3rd bullet. We could just present this bullet sample, right?
Take that!
I don't suppose this would pass as the 3rd... Okay, yeah. It passes for a bullet as much as you pass for a lawyer, my learned friend. Okay. Coming from you, I'm going to take that as a meaning. As meaning not much. In no way does it resemble a bullet, if that helps your understanding of my last remark. Huh. Counsel, at the very least, I would... Okay, let's, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Let's load our save.
Hold it!
Yeah, I don't think we have anything yet. Let's make sure we've checked everything. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't think we have any... Yeah, I don't think we have anything yet. You have to pop your 2 prints in here to start with, you see? And then, when you look through the eyepieces, you can see the image in 3 dimensions. An important thing to get right is the position of the 2 prints. I don't know who came up with the idea for a stereoscope, but it's really quite fascinating. Wait, can we use this right now, actually? Hold on. Okay. Oh, look at that! It's totally changed shape! Just from one little button press. Well, that is what the button's for, Runo. You're just like Hurley. You boys love pressing buttons, don't you? Especially if you don't know what they do. Yes, very true. I say as I have 2 fidget button things. I'm like a little dog. Okay, us boys, says the 10-year-old girl. Anyway, now you can see that it really is a stereoscope, can't you? Okay, let's see if we can load stuff in, maybe? Let's pop your 2 prints in here to start with, you see? And then, when you look at the eyepieces, you can see the image in 3 dimensions. The important thing is to get right as the position of the 2 prints. Maybe now we can, like, just use it. Okay, let's try it. Alright. And then now... Okay, I guess we can't really do anything for now with this. Yeah, okay. I imagine it'll come later. Okay, yeah, that'll come later. Okay, yeah, we don't have any bullet to show just yet. We'll get back to her. Well, 2 bullets were discovered by the police during their investigation. Yes, I know. Right. And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well... I should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt it. And he should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. Sounds like a crime scene to me. A third bullet. It would completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it? Do you think we might find one lying around somewhere? You don't need a stereoscope to see what's here. Every which way you look at it, it was a pickpocket.
Hold it!
It was that pickpocket. So if I've understood correctly, you need two pictures. A left one, and a slightly different right eye one. Exactly! Then you can see the shoot in 3 dimensions. Like this! So if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them? I think you'll find that no matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is that girl in the dock. How can you be so sure of that? Think about it. The Skulkin brothers shot the great detective, didn't they? Yes. That's been mentioned once or twice. Well then, surely he's coming to focus now, isn't it? This is a waste of time. I'm not going to change this man's mind anytime soon.
I never imagined a simple operation would cause such grief.
Hold it!
Hold it. Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial? Wait. Yeah. What if the bullet actually landed in Herlock's stomach, and so the bullet on the calendar is not what we think it is? The defendant's life is on the line here.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach.
Yeah?
It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, were you operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? Hairlich? No. Hairlock? No. Hairlock?
Herlock Holmes by any chance?
Yes, good lord. It was that Hairlock fellow.
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes?
That's right. Using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remembered correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened it up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up.
I hate to state the obvious, but
Yes,
surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting.
the cause of the defense is correct. As is clearly shown in this photographic print, the bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired from Mr. Holmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it really simple if you just consider the problem 3-dimensionally. Huh? Who do you think I am, son?
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I could do.
As soon as I saw to the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake. Are you saying that you checked his back?
Of course I did, and so much back there is. It jiggled all over, and there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that
The bullet had left the body at all! What?
That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly what I said, thus slicing him up. I'm still not the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery?
It's almost as much a mystery of how this jury was put together. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's press this again.
Hold it!
Hold it. Mr. Sholmes Surgeon is on the jury. I've experienced some coincidences recently, but this is ridiculous. I'm as surprised as anyone. But there's no question that Mr. Sholmes was shot. Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in. How bad were his injuries, Doctor? Excuse me. He was in a bad way. He lost a huge amount of blood, you know. As I suspected, he was shot at close range, too. Because his skin was badly burnt around the point of entry. Burnt. As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back, but there was no sign of an exit wound. Which is why I thought I'd better locate the lung and pop it out. And yet you say you found no bullet inside the patient. Well, I would have done, wouldn't I? Because it's the wall of the pawnbrokers. How did it get there? I need someone to solve this mystery before it drives me to insanity. If only there were some experts in ballistics who could help, even if he looked extremely untrustworthy. So we have a disappearing bullet on our hands. There we go. This is so this is the trial for the final case of the first Game King. So we're essentially halfway through the game. The accuser attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead. Hold it. What do you mean you're in for a busy day? Forgot to say, stop. Do excuse me, stop. I'm a communications officer, stop. A communications officer? Does that have something to do with sending telegrams? Everything from personal messages written by members of the public to the latest news on the capital. I convert all the messages into Morse code and tap it into the entire world electronically. To the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable under the sea. Stop. Worldwide communication network. Stop. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me just a second. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Okay, back to it. Information transmitted to and from the corners of the globe. Stop. Ah, yes. She was getting equally worked up about how radio waves, or the like before, wasn't she? I specialize in communicating information from government departments and newspaper offices. I see. I'm sure I shall have to wire the newspaper reports of today's guilty verdict later. So no sleep for me tonight, I imagine. Let's just finish the trial first, shall we? Okay. Okay, which character are we brutifying? I freed you. Oh my god. It's great to have you, Fraser. Man, I just saw the thing with the more like the telegram and the freaking transatlantic cable, and I just had to point it out. I am ballistic expert. I have seen many shootings. There is none I do not know. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Hold it!
Hold it? I thought you were just a tourist. Alright. I thought he was gonna pull a gun out. I actually thought he was gonna pull a gun out. I missed part of it, but it was so good. I missed a lot of it too, but it was such a good documentary. It was a fantastic documentary. I recommend everyone watch it. It's called Full Time, about the transatlantic cable. So good. It's such a good documentary. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So, you're a ballistics expert. Who knew? I have much experience with guns. Huh. I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme, violent bath of, blood of, extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps. Those. Extreme violent bloodbaths. Stereotyping, aren't we, Newt? What? What do you mean? What is it? What is it reference to? English is a very difficult tongue. Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue. Anyway, if you have a question about bullet and gun, you ask me. There is nothing I don't know, no mystery I cannot solve. He's very confident in this knowledge of guns, that's for sure. But, if possible, please, only in Russian language. Oh, stereotype because I thought he was gonna pull out a gun. Hey, okay now, Dartuza. I like the Russian man. I love the Russian man. He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he? No. Still, we should bear it in mind. He's our man if there's a mystery about guns or bullets. Okay, good to know. And Zeeks has managed to convince everyone. When you have eliminated the impossible, he said. But he hasn't. If we're going to fight back, we need more material. And we have to fight back. We have to turn this trial around again.
Objection!
Objection! Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
Oh, a ballistics expert.
Pitting. P-I-T-T. On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we once assumed the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6. Hello, my name is Velan. Pleased to meet you. This apparent contradiction in the facts is a fact that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery? I have seen a very similar situation in Motherland. Huh. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and were on dog sleds. Mental note, don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind, and I fell down in snow. And the situation was very similar to what I hear today from Doctor. They said they could not find bullet in my body, and no sign of, how did you say, exit wound. Where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me. A graze?
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side. What? One small piece, very sharp, broke away from a lump of ice and pierced my body. Oh! Oh! Oh, the shrapnel from the calendar! The shrapnel from the calendar! Oh shit! Oh. And pierced my body. It made deep wound that looked just like bullet wound.
Good gracious.
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside. Okay, well, if they didn't find anything, then I don't know if it could have been the calendar. It could have been something else. Something that could disappear in the blood, I guess. Add that to solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But that doesn't answer the question at all.
Huh?
The shooting happened in a pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Runo. Where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch in his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. What? Really? Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital as far as I remember.
If I may. Lord Van Zeeks. While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry? As I understood it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Hi Aces, good to see you.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Well, extremely unconventional during a summation examination. I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Sherlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that! Excuse me, sorry.
One of the files is broken, and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded.
Exploded?
So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
And it was the glass file explode that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate victim, but it was deflected into wall of shop. A delightfully complex aroma.
Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. Ugh. King, thank you for the 15 stream streak. Heck yeah, dude. Thanks for being here for 15 streams.
Please, the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
Nah, thank you very much. Glad I could help.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court orders to question the scruffy pouch's evidence.
Hurley's pouch isn't scruffy! Mr. Sholmes was wearing around the waist at the time of the shooting, and there are scorch marks around it. It's really scorched badly just here. Oh, the strap is broken, look! This must be where the bullet hit then. Let me see. The bullet! What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it? Ah! That's... the Skulkin Brothers bullet! What a stroke of luck that it hit this pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is... there were 3 bullets fired at the Windibanks that night. We found exactly what the juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet. It's time to press the juror again, I think.
It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion, huh?
Please, my lord. A little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around, somehow. I'm sure of it.
Hold it!
Hold it.
Hold on, my throat is kind of feeling it. Let me drink. Give me a second. Just a moment. Okay, back to it. Whew. Oh, whoops. I can prove it. The Great Ace Attorney. Thank you, Command Throw. Thank you so much. It's great to have you here. Good to see you. We do have a third bullet. We do have a third bullet. I do love the 3D evidence examination. I very much love this. Like, it's maybe my favorite feature in this game.
Take that!
Take that! Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes. On the night in question in Windibank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
Hold it. What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet? It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. What? This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist, where he was taken to the hospital. Okay. Then the green blood most likely isn't Sholmes. The green blood may actually be Eggert. That might be yeah because that's why that's why this is green, because this is from whenever he's trying to take the thing from Gina. It scraped his thumb and there is blood, so this is Eggert's blood probably, isn't it? This blood smear is from whenever Eggert and Gina were fighting over this, and it scratched his thumb. I remember. I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital, and since then it has been touched by no one. This is why you pee on all evidence to wash away the blood so they can't catch you. Oh no! A blood stain! I'm going to spit on it! I'm going to spit on it and wipe it away. He'll never catch me. I just have to keep spitting on the crime scene. Do we just say the shot fired by the Sculpted Brothers that night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Oh. 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yes, that was Windibank and that belonged to the Sculpted Brothers. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Huh. What? That must mean... That's right. We now know on the night question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Ugh. Gah! Order! 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 While the submission examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter. What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. It was me. I shot him. Witnesses. Governor, Were you listening to the proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that? Make of it, Gov? I don't make nothing of it. Is it one of yours? Go blimey, Gov, go blimey, not a chance. In that case, did you have an accomplice? What? What? Never! The Skull Brothers work alone! It's just the two of us. That's our trademark! How soon we forget poor Sulky. Only two of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it? That's Scratcher. Counsel for the defense. Yes. I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from which it came. Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. There is a secret accomplice. On that night at Windibank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present. Someone carrying a gun.
Objection!
Objection! An accomplice, you say? Pig swill. These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet, in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a third man. It is apparently wraith-like being, if this apparently wraith-like being exists. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. Huh. The prosecution demands answers on 2 accounts. Firstly, proof, evidence, that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character. The Skulkins are lying. I know that. So cool, he's going to be doing that a lot this game. He's going to be doing that quite a lot. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Well, counsel? I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal this person's identity even. Let's save. The judge having to suspend a proceeding before he can even finish it is so cool to me. The judge has so much presence here, I think. I definitely think so. I actually really like the judge here. He's much more neutral and likable than the one in the normal game. Which, you know, is cool. Okay. Let's see. I know it was you. I know it was you. I think we have enough to accuse him. I think we have enough. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if I will make a difference. If it will make a difference. I don't know how the judge of the first game got his job. Yeah, I don't know either. He was way more unlikable and dumb than I remembered him. This judge is much better at it. In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene? I think it's the blood. I think it's the blood. I do feel like I'm missing something from this. Like, I feel like I should somehow be able to use this more. Maybe not then. Okay. Class files are full of Hurley's homemade potions. Homemade? Yes, like fingerprint powder to show up where people have touched things, and scent amplifying solution to intensify a smell lingering on an object. That's amazing. They're all very easy to use. There's just one thing that you have to be careful of. They're all very flammable. Sholmes is a walking bomb. Either he's passionate about finding out the truth or just oblivious to the dangers. Okay, let's try the blood. Let's try the blood. I already saved. Let's try the blood samples.
Take that!
Take that! Oh, thank God! Yes! Yes! The evidence is right here, in this portfolio. By Jove, that portfolio good, is it? Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third murderer. Well, which one is it? Yeah, it's...
Take that!
Take that! This is the blood sample that proves it. You perplex me, counsel, by looking so pleased. Killer Queen bites the dust. Okay.
Take that!
I think this one is more indicative.
Take that!
Take that. What are we looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the there appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a blood stain, my lord. A blood stain. Green blood. Curious, even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature? It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. By the great detective! New invention. Stop. Not yet appearing in stories. Stop. It's, you see, it's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color. Different elements? Of people's blood? Yes. Everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements.
So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank. Oh, a striking blue. Yes, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold your fire, young man. Could be from the unrelated incident. It could be from some unrelated incident, could it? No, it's not unrelated. Huh. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windibank was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. But whose blood is it? Do you think Vaughn will find out that Ryunosuke has the ability to rewrite time? I hope so. Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
Objection! Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Take that!
Take that! The man's name is Eggert Benedict. Eggert Benedict? Who the hell are you talking about, counsel? He paid a visit to Windibank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place. When the accuser attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into visiting this article into her possession. That's right. Oh. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. Proker. Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pickpocket has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. No, that's a lie. What's he trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. There's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Windibank for a print showing the fellow. Taken from his right-handed recorder, Gubbinses. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windibank that morning. You claim this man is the brother's accomplice. Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin? Never seen the geezer before in my life. On my life, Gov, on my life. Never seen him. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Deepuni's friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence. I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. I think it's the blood sample again. I think it's straight up just the blood sample.
Let's, one more time. Okay. I think we just have to choose the other picture in the blood sample.
Take that!
Take that. The proof is right here, in this portfolio. Good gracious, Counsel, does that portfolio contain the answers to every question posed? I see you share my interest in claret-colored liquids, my Deepuni's friend. But... enough. The court demands to see further evidence. Which blood sample proves the man you identified was the one shot by the third bullet at the scene of the crime?
Take that!
Take that. As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windibanks. Which is where the aforementioned Egbert Benedict appeared on the sheet, I believe. The Sped then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. But of course, sir. Here's the disc for you. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Gah! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed, and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom, using my trusty Fogger gun. Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio. I say, it's green. It's exactly the... Wait, it's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Egbert Benedict, who was in Windibanks earlier in that day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. So there was someone there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweaty buckets. Boy, what are we talking about? It's boiling in here. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Egbert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. It certainly seemed that we could ill afford to ignore the judgment's apparent presence.
Objection!
Objection. This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Holmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The sample was made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world could turn the same color. Well... And pray, do not even think of suggesting we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it. Huh. Is he right? Is Mr. Sholmes' concoction a load of bull? I don't know. I mean, he's a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. I knew it'd come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention is going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Oh, good grief! What did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? Oh, Iris. So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right.
Look, lady, you're quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Runo. Is that about right? Would you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Unbelievable. Mr. Sholm's partner is a force to be reckoned with. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. Nice.
After the shrewd process of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final readings of this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decision in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
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 Not guilty.
Ooh. Yeah. Sorry, I'm stretching.
Two called guilty, one called not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
Objection. My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. I'm sorry, Lord Van Geeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue.
Gah! Holy shit.
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of the new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night. Could I say something?
Who was that, please? Who spoke?
It was me, my lord. Juror number 5? What?
What have you to say, madam?
If possible, Inspector.
Me? Ma'am?
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman is shown.
Right, this. Yes. This one, you mean, of Mr. Benedict.
Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Juror number 5, you don't mean to say... You know this man? Yes, I know him. What?
No. Good gracious!
Order!
Order! Juror number 5. How on earth?
I am a communications officer. Stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop.
He works in my office. Stop. What? A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. You should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away in the telegraph. Stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day. Whatever he gets up to at night. Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Jinks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste. As your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson? Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about the events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Oh. Holy moly. Oh yeah, Mooney, where are we right now? Do we stop at the next one, or is it this one? What does it? How are we looking, Mooney? My throat is hurting. My throat is hurting. The old man did not help. The old man's voice did not help. Oh, my throat. Not halfway yet? Okay, yeah. Give me a second then. I'm gonna take a small voice break. Rest your throat a bit? Yeah, absolutely. 10-minute break? Maybe. Here, give me a second. I do realize now is actually quite a good time since we're on recess. We can consult. We can consult one of our judicial assistants. What are you thinking right now?
Alright, pal.
You okay?
I am ill.
Yeah. Can I get a picture? Is that alright?
Oh, he's busy outside. Give me a moment. Okay, what are you thinking?
That, look at that. Again, cooked to perfection.
Ah. He thinks Van Zieks is cooked. We have a chance. Alright. It's great to hear. Alright. Let's take a 5-minute break and continue at let's see, 9:25 CST. So 5 minutes from now, how about, huh? And I'll use the time, rest my throat a little bit, and then we will continue. Alrighty. Okay, see you guys in 5. Whoop.
Okay, and we are back. You know, whenever I go to BRB, I always get a little bit jealous of you guys because you get to listen to like one of my favorite Echo Chamber songs, and I can't hear it on my end actually. Like I can't hear the video source. Here, I really like that song. Hold on, it's uh. I keep forgetting the name of it. It's that's loud. Sorry. I think it's Feeding Nightfire. No, it's not. Drifter. Echo Chamber Melancholy? Crap, I keep forgetting the name of it. Reality Unfolding? No, it isn't. Oh my god. Boundaries and Limitations. No, damn it. Nostalgia of Slumber. Yeah, here we go, finally. I think this is the one. Yeah, I think this is my wait music. Yeah, I really like this one. This one's really good. Okay. Did you get a snack in your break? No, I kind of just sat here. I had a pretty late dinner, so I just sat here. Thanks to death not because of you. If you want to make it to the halfway point, it's about another 2 hours. Wow. Holy moly. I think I can do it. It's just like my throat. My throat is taking a little damage, and then also the back of my head for a moment was getting a little headache, but I think it went away. But okay, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. If it gets really bad, I can just end it early. Don't push yourself? Damn. Oh man. God, that's way longer than even I thought. Okay, then how about hmm. That's crazy. 10-hour long episode. That is wild. Okay. Just take it easy. I know I need number 5 type voice. As of now, I'm 2/3 of the way through. Okay. Okay. Like 2/3 of the way through the entire chapter. Okay. That's a pretty good measure. That's a pretty good measure. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Then, you know what? Purely on account of my voice, I think for the best, I'm just going to. I think this would be a good time to call it. And then I'll just keep it as a short stream. We'll just do this in bits. You know, best to also not get burnt out. I want to enjoy this game. I don't want to like push myself to finish. I want to like it. I want to have a good time going through it. And yeah. So I think we'll do it in like digestible bits, and then we'll keep on going from there. So next week I might do a little bit longer, just bite deeply into this, but yeah, I think that's good. So I'll call it here. I'll take it a little easy for the evening, and hang out a little bit, and yeah, I really appreciate it. Sorry it's a little bit shorter of a stream. I think we got a decent bit done, and we have a good we got to a pretty good what is it? A pretty good twist. So, yeah. I appreciate it, guys. Okay, let's call it there.
And let's see. What does our judicial assistant have to say about this?
To rumble. Wow. That is why it's £6.50. You don't need no else with that. That's a mammoth pie. That's a pie for two.
Yeah, it's gonna take all of us, our teamwork, to get through this case. Alrighty. There were a ton of fun things happening in the trial. Honestly, yeah. This bit of the trial was really fun. This bit of the trial was super fun. Okay, here, let's do this. Man, God. This game is so good, dude. This game is so good. After we get through Great Ace Attorney, we'll like take a break, but I really am looking forward to going through the rest of the Phoenix Wright trilogy and then the Edgeworth trilogy. Like, I'm just so looking forward to all of that. God, I'm very excited. Please suggest sore throat remedies for Newt, Mr. Food Reviewer. Oh yeah. Mr. Rate My Takeaway. What would you recommend for a sore throat?
That's a weird. It's a fruity. Mellow curry, that. Then, oh, I've got a nice crispy chip here for peas. Oh, look at that. They are proper mushy peas, them. Nice and thick. Look at that. Beautiful.
I don't want to eat mushy peas. I don't want to eat mushy peas for my throat. I don't want to eat mushy peas. Oh my god. Yeah. He ate chips and dipped them in mushy peas. Yeah, he did. He did say chippies. He did. He dipped chips in mushy peas. Oh man. I would love a good fish and chip. I really would like a good fish and chip. But okay, guys. Sincerely, thank you so much for joining me on this portion of Great Ace Attorney. This trial is a monster, and we're going to slowly chip away at it, and we're going to keep on going. But other than that, I think we will call it there. Next stream will be tomorrow. I will just be drawing my OC stuff as usual. So I'd appreciate if you guys joined me for that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. And I'm just going to hang around VC and maybe play some video games and draw a little bit. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Let's find somebody to raid. Raid. Yeah. Alrighty. Who can we raid? Roskun. Roskun's playing The Witness. Sharky. Debates. Q-Bolt. Let's see. Mama Nile.
Breach containment imminently, or some other similar scenario. So.
Okay, let's raid the VTuber Mama Nile VT. They seem to be playing SCP 5K, which is pretty cool. So yeah, please take it easy, guys. I will see you all later. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Good night, guys. See you later. Find the truth. Find the real truth out there. Find the real truth. Believe in those who aren't believed in. You can do this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
No, it's Keter. Huh? No, it's Keter class still. Interesting. Oh. MrNeutral thank you for the raid. Arigato ne. Welcome in, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to us discussing about SCP creatures.
You motherfucker! You are clipping to the ground.
It's in the fucking floor.
It clipped and bugged out. That's why. You motherfucker.
Damn,
God damn it,
that's
173!